Today I'm going to be showing you this technique, and it's the masking technique. And as you can see, each of the images are stamped without stamping over the next image, so you're not overlapping them like that. And just for the sake of this video, I'm only going to be showing you the technique and not building the whole card, just to save time. If you would like me in future videos to do from start to finish, I can do that, no problem. Just leave me a little note in the comments below. So just move that out of the way. The stamp set I'm going to be using today is Watercolor Wings, but this technique works for many other stamp sets. This is just one of my favourites at the minute. We're going to be using this stamp here, kind of a block image. Yeah. This one here for the inner design, and this one here for the abdomen. I'll just pop that out of the way as well. I'll also be using, and I've just popped this off to the side, the Stampin scrub. And if you haven't seen this, it's basically just like a I don't know what you'd call that. It's just kind of a carpet. It's like a carpeted feeling. You just kind of wipe your stamps across it and it cleans them. So I'll just pop that off to the side. You don't have to use a scrub. It can be baby wipes, or I just find this really easy to use. You're also going to need either masking paper, which is not so readily available in the UK, or memo pads. I think they're called Post-its. So basically it's it's a pad. The top rips off and is sticky, so you can stick it to things. You're going to take your image and you're going to stamp right at the top and then cut that out so that the top of the wings will be sticky. There's one that I made before, and I have done this video quite a few times, as you can see by my butterfly. So I've put the stamps on the images, and this one here I've done the design on one side and the abdomen on the other, and I'll show you why I've done that once I start the video. And then you're going to need your card front and a scrap piece of paper, because you're going to be stamping off some of the ink on your card. So for the first colour we're going to be using Real Red, and all of the inks that I've chosen for this card are from the Brights collection, which is a really nice set. You're going to ink up your stamp, and I'm just holding it like this so that I don't rock the camera. Ink it up, stamp off onto your scrap paper to get rid of some of the ink, and then stamp onto your card front like that. And then you're going to take the inner design, don't stamp off, and push that in the middle. And then you're going to take Archival Basic Grey, that's what I've used, and you're going to ink up the abdomen and just stamp that right in the centre there. And then you need to clean off your stamps. Ready for the next colour. And the next colour we're using is going to be Daffodil Delight. So again, nearly missed the most important step. We're going to be stamping over this wing here, so you just need to cover over the wing so that you don't get ink on it. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to ink up our stamp again and then stamp off and stamp over the wing like that. And then you're going to take the inner and stamp in the middle without stamping off, and then again you're going to stamp the abdomen and pop it in the middle. There you go. The next one we're going to be stamping on the left, so we need to cover over the left wing like that. And the next colour is going to be Melon Mambo. Clean off my stamps. Okay. Ink up your stamp, stamp off, and then stamp over the wing. And by stamping off, you're actually creating two-tone with the same colour, so you're getting nice design. And stamp that in the centre there. And then this one we're going to be stamping on the right. clean your stamps. And the next colour is going to be Bermuda Bay. I'm actually going for a bit of a rainbow, in case you didn't notice. Ink up your stamp, stamp off, and then stamp over the masking like that. Ink up your inner, and this isn't going to be perfect because I can't actually get my head in there to do it exactly, but you can see the effect it's creating there. And then we're going to cover the left hand side for this next one. Clean off your stamps, otherwise you'll end up with the muddy colours. And the next one is going to be Rich Raspberry. Oh, I forgot to stamp off, so you can see I won't actually get the two-toned effect properly on this one, but that's fine. You can see it a little. Won't be perfect, but when will it ever be? And just ping my stamp across the table. Clean off your stamps and don't forget the inner abdomen. It's a bit wrong. There. This time we're going to do the right, and we're going to be using Calypso Coral. Don't forget to stamp off, and then stamp there, and then your middle and the abdomen. And the reason I do the abdomen now is because you want it to look like the butterflies behind. So if you'd have stamped it on top without the mask, it would have stamped onto the wing there. And then the last one we're going to do just off the side of the page, and clean my stamps there. And we're going to be using my favourite colour, which is Tempting Turquoise. Stamp it up, pick it up, stamp it off, and then stamp just off the page and do the inner there and the abdomen there. And that is the masking technique. And then I did the, let's pop these back on. Antenna, which is this stamp here. And what we're going to do is just take these stamps off the block, which I didn't clean first, so I'm covered in ink. Okay, just going to ink that up in the basic grey and just ink over the top so that it looks like the butterflies are fluttering over each other. There we go. And that's the finished. And then all I did was I added some of, where's my stamp set? I added some of these circles and then matted it on a colour that I'd already stamped with, just to give it a little bit of definition. And then put it on a card base, and that's it, finished. I also used, sorry, last one, was this sentiment here, just for you. And that is the masking technique. I hope you understood what I'm trying to explain, and thank you very much for watching.